Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed our first story for this week where you learned all about the trees and how they can change with the seasons, how they grow these nice green leaves in the spring, and in the fall they turn beautiful colors and then fall off, and the whole thing repeats again with the seasons. So I hope you enjoyed our first story learning about trees, and that's the type of habitat that we're learning about this week is trees. And a bunch of different animals can live in trees and in areas where there's a lot of trees. And in our next story, we're going to learn about one of those animals that lives in trees and forests. Now this story is called Robin's Home by Jeanette Atkins. Pictures by Candace Whitman. So let's see what this story is about. Robin's Home. You see we got a tree here like we learned about. It's got some green leaves on it. I can see we have some different birds flying around here. Now it says, life was good for Robin. He liked to watch his sister and brother fly. So there's Robin. He's sitting in a nest in the tree, and then those are his brothers and sisters flying around. Whenever he was hungry, his mother or father brought food. And there's Robin in his nest, and his mom or dad has a little worm in his mouth. And Robin's going to eat that worm because he's hungry. Whenever he was sleepy, he snuggled in the nest that fit as perfectly as a hug. And there's Robin. He looks very comfy in his nest. Whenever he wanted a story, he said, Mama, Papa, tell me again about how you made our nest. And there's Robin. He's talking to his mom and dad, saying, how did you build this nest that I'm sitting in? They said, your mother found the perfect spot near a lawn full of food, Papa said. We gathered grass and moss for days, Mama said. So there's Mama and Papa, and they're collecting grass and worms to help build their nest. Robin, are you ready to try flying with your brother and sister? Mama asked. He's scared, Robin's brother shouted. I am not, Robin said. But he wondered how his brother dared to balance on that narrow branch. Couldn't the wind that swayed the boughs blow away a little bird? So there's Robin's brother, and Robin is impressed with how he's just standing there. He's not in the nest like Robin is. Robin is still in the nest, but his brother is out flying and doing different things. Robin snuggled deeper into the nest and said, tell me more about how you made our nest. Your father found yarn that some children hung for us. They cut it just the right size, Mama said. So the birds are collecting different things to make their nest out of, and some kids hung some string on this tree that the birds could take and put in their nest. Robin's sister called, aren't you ever coming, Robin? The grass tickles my face. The mud cools my feet. But Robin liked having his feet tucked beneath him so that he knew exactly where they were. He liked watching the clouds or trying to find the yarn woven among dried grass. He liked to dream with his head resting on the rim of the nest. Why should he leave a home that fit like a hug? This is the best nest in the world, Robin said. "How did you make it?" he asked Mama and Papa. And there's Robin sitting in his nest, and that's Robin's sister asking if he's ever going to fly out of the nest like she is. "Your mother carried up mud to hold it together," Papa said. Then she turned in circles, pressing her body against the inside of the nest to shape a round, safe place for 3 blue eggs. "That hatched into 3 baby birds," Robin shouted. So after Mama and Papa collected all the grass and the string for their nest, they needed something to hold it together. So they picked up some mud, and they used the mud and like glue, and the mud kept their string and anything else that they found in the grass together. And then Mama pressed her body down so that she could make a nice spot for the birds and her eggs to sit in. "Someday you will help build a nest," Mama told Robin. "What if I can't make a nest?" Robin asked. "You'll find grasses and mud just the way we did," Mama said. "What if I'm the first bird who can't fly?" "Every robin can fly," Papa said. "Really?" Robin felt hopeful. So Robin, right here, he's a little afraid. He's talking to his Mama and Papa, asking if he can make a nest just like they did. And Mama and Papa said, "Of course you can." Robin hopped onto the rim of the nest. The ground looked awfully far away. "We'll be right behind you," Mama said. "I'll show you where we found the mud that holds the nest together," Papa said. "Maybe we'll see the children who hung the yarn." And there's Robin. Now he's sitting on the edge of the nest. What do you think he's going to do? Robin spread his wings and leapt. "Up, up," he told himself. And there's Robin. He's not in the nest anymore. He's got his wings spread out. But he was going down. Oh no! He didn't want to blow away or crash. Robin flapped his wings harder. He kept on going down, but in a slow, zigzagging sort of way. "Look at me, Papa," Robin called. "Mama, I'm in the sky." And there Robin is. He's learning how to fly. He's trying to flap his wings so that he doesn't fall. He landed softly. And there's Robin. So he made it to the ground safely. And there's Mama and Papa following behind, just like they said. Then Robin hopped back up into the air. Chee-chee, cheerily! He was flying. Robin didn't go high. He didn't go fast, but every day he would go higher and faster. Now the whole sky was his home. And there's Robin flying. And he was a little afraid to leave his comfy nest that his Mama and Papa built for him. But he got some courage and he jumped out of the nest, and now he's learning how to fly. And that's it for our story, Robin's Home. And we learned all about where robins live, and they live in nests that the Mama and Papa birds make for their eggs, and then they'll hatch and turn into baby birds, just like Robin in our story. And birds often make their nests in trees, just like the trees we learned about in our first story. The Robin and his family lived in a nest that was built in a tree. And that's it for our first story. So now we are going to move on to our craft, and we are going to build a nest just like Robin's nest in our story. So see you in the next video.